Okay, let me see. What else can I talk about? Ah, you know what? This is very interesting to me. The whole idea of a lot of musicians like myself, we don't really know music theory or this kind of scales or what song is on what scale, what chords and what scale, what notes are on what scale, what's the blah 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 blah. I know how to read music. I don't know how to read music. I mean, I've written so many songs about it, because I don't think you really need to know. It's like when you know chords. I think that's important. Knowing chords, knowing as many chords as you can, which is great. And then then you got chords. You can put them together and make them sound right. You go, okay, I want this. That sounds good together. And then you got the whole chord structure. Then you go, okay, now I want to work a melody over that. You don't need no theory. You just like you can hear it. You just kind of go, okay, and then start playing and start to sing it. And then you go, oh, words. I can just write down words. Then that's not. You don't need no music theory to like know how to write words. I got the words. There you go. You've got a song together. I mean, look at all the songs I've written. I don't, no music theory knowledge at all, and they're pretty good. I mean, a lot of the chord structures I've written. I like, wow, yeah, because it's just what sounds good. I like using a lot of sus chords, the suspended chords. I love those kind of chords. Suspended two, suspended four. I like diminished chords. I like plus chords. I like, I mean, I like this kind of. You know. This kind of thing. It just sounds really nice. You put those, just chords, not just kind of basic chords. Because you listen to like certain songs and it just sounds so like dull. It's like, what kind of chords they use, and it's not really like. There's a lot of beautiful kind of chords, Oh yeah, a little bit of dissonance in the middle is so, for some effect, is so fucking cool. I love that. Yeah. So yeah, so just kind of do that kind of stuff because it sounds cool. You go, okay, let's put this right there. Some of this, I like put chords in there. I don't know what the hell chord it is, but it sounds right. There's a few songs of mine I'll play. I go, I have no idea what chord that is, but it sounds good there, and so that's what I'll do. So it's kind of write the notes of the chord when I write, the words. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. People will go like, well, Beethoven knew music theory, Mozart knew music theory. That's why I guess because they wrote music. They're music writers. They didn't write the words. Normally they don't. I don't think they wrote. Usually they're like, like like Richie Rogers or something. You get the libretto from somewhere and then you write the music to. It's like, yeah. If you're a music writer by itself, composing pieces of, yeah, of course you know music theory. That's the whole thing. It's like even now, the guys who write film scores know music theory. I'm talking about rock and roll. No, the whole point of rock and roll is to be simple. It's to be able to play it simply. Like in the old days, people couldn't even sing those hymns. You know what I mean? Because it was kind of hard to sing, and then they kind of made it more simplicated. You know what I mean? And that's the thing with rock and roll. It was supposed to be simple, so you didn't have to like know music theory to be able to do it. Just the simple man's music, and the folk music. The music of the people. People they might do. I think that's the whole idea of folk. And so yeah, so I mean that's the whole thing of rock and roll. A lot of them don't know music theory. Now, if you like John Williams, he knows it because he does. He writes music. James Horner, they write music, so they know music theory. But rock and roll means you don't need to know. Not really, and not about rock and rollers do, and you can do it. So I think that's the whole definition of rock and roll, and then just, and that's why the thing get the Beatles incorporated orchestrated, so getting more complex. But still, Paul didn't know how to write the orchestra stuff, and he doesn't know. No, they hired guys like James Horner or whatever, John Williams to orchestrate for them. George Martin. The Beatles had George Martin to do it. So yeah, but yeah, so it's like yeah. So most rock and roll guys don't really know music theory. I mean, who would know? James Taylor, Jackson Brown, do those guys know? I don't know, do they? The guys from ACDC, does Angus Young know music theory? Maybe, I don't know. I doubt it. Anybody, apparently Sting's the only one. But I mean, he wants to be the man of arts and fine wine. He wants to be an enlightened man, so so of course he taught himself by because it's all part of being the enlightened man. You wear yourself a little neckerchief and you drink your fine wine and you go, hey, it's quite, I'm quite, I'm an enlightened man. Yes, indeed. Cheers. Okay, anyway, let me get on this thing.